Well, as you know, I'm Dr. Berman. Mr. and Mrs. Remington. Is that the best way to address each of you, or would you prefer Barbara or Walter?
Let's not be so formal here, Doc. You can call me Babs.
All right, Babs. And Mr. Remington?
I prefer Walt. It's all the same to you.
Of course. Now, just jumping right in. I have very few guidelines in conducting therapy. Perhaps the most important would be the issue of confidentiality. Now, what that means in here is that whatever is said in this office will stay in this office. Now, perhaps you have a few questions for me before we get started?
Did you ever serve in the military?
No, I'm afraid not.
Why not?
Well, with all due respect, Walt, we're here to talk about you.
Oh. Walt still lives in the past, don't you, honey?
I wouldn't say I still live in the past unless you're referring to my military experience. I'm still a captain, you know.
Yeah. That was back in your Desert Storm days.
You're saying I'm insufficient now?
Stop it, Walter. Nice of you to see us so late, Doc. After work, that is.
That seems to be the most convenient time for couples and families.
You see families.
Yes, however, I primarily work with couples. I'm also trained as a sex therapist.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Well, we hope to have a family.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you can just figure this all out.
Oh, what?
Why she's become the way she's become.
Uh-huh. Are there any other questions?
I don't have any, no. Do you, honey?
No. No.
So, who wants to go first? All right, well then, who wants to go second? This looks like our first marital issue. Difficulty in making joint decisions. Well, Babs, that was a fairly direct motion. Was that code for something?
Ask him.
Well, I'm asking you.
It's about his not coming through. Not keeping it up, you might say. In lots of ways.
What sort of ways?
I don't, quote, keep it up because she is so, quote, disparaging.
And I'm, quote, disparaging because you're not what you pretended to be.
And what is that?
Virile and well-to-do.
I am well-to-do, and we're well-to-do.
Not in the sense I was led to believe.
What is wrong with a Tesla?
Perhaps it would be easier if I spoke to each of you individually.
Why don't you start, dear?
What? No. Is your idea. Fine. I'll go first. What do you want me to say?
What would you like to say?
That $200 is a hell of a lot of money for a talkathon.
Well, it certainly could be, so you better get started. Looks like time is money in your book.
Okay. I just want you to fix it. Fix her.
What do you mean?
Make her like she was. She was happy. She was hot for me. And she was in love with me.
You don't think she loves you?
Not anymore.
And why is that?
I don't know. Just something changed.
Changed.
Yeah. It's like I did something wrong, and then suddenly she just didn't really like me anymore.
And it wasn't always like that.
No. First couple years were great. Have you been married before?
Briefly, overseas.
So why briefly?
Okay, again, Walt, let's try to stay with your concerns, okay?
Okay.
Now, you were saying that the first few years with Babs, were wonderful.
Yeah. It was amazing. She told me she'd never been married before. I was the first one, the only one.
The only one?
You know, sexually. I want to believe it.
Okay.
So, sometimes she would call me Daddy. Yeah, I know I'm older. It was kind of cute.
This daddy business. Did that stop suddenly also?
Yeah. All those sweet nothings just disappeared. You know, my man, hot stuff, Sergeant Hunk, it just... I mean, even the daddy crap was okay, I guess.
Well, go on.
She just seemed to turn off. You know, it's like she seemed to disconnect from me. She seemed to...
You're doing great, Walt.
to just
Go on.
not respect me anymore. And then she got mean. Like, she started calling me names.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just cold. You know, stiff hugs, not making eye contact anymore.
Any guesses why?
I got demoted. You know, I got passed over for a raise at the office recently, the fuckers.
Did that come as a surprise?
And it's not a big deal because I'm still making decent income, you know? And it happened months before, so the timing just doesn't make sense.
Okay, but passed over. Do you have any thoughts on why you were passed over?
Well, they said that I have communication issues. Yeah, which didn't make sense then, still doesn't make sense. And they recommended that I go see an anger management program, which is bullshit.
Mm-hmm. So, Walt, I assume that it affected your sex life.
Yeah, made it worse. You saw the finger thing, you know? You tell me, Doc, how are you supposed to keep it up when your wife is always angry at you and she seems ashamed of you and she calls you a loser all the time?
I certainly understand, Walt. You know what? Let me talk to Babs now and see how I can help.
You do that, that $200 comes cheap. And I hope I didn't insult you.
No, no, not at all. And trust me, I've heard worse.
I believe it.
Best relax, right, Doc?
No, I'm afraid there's no smoking in the office. If you absolutely need to smoke, though, we can take a short break and you can go out in the stairwell and smoke outside.
Doc, it's just a vape. Come on, be cool.
I'm sorry. So, it appears that you and your husband are going through a rough period these days.
Remember Beverly?
Beverly, I'm not sure who you're referring to.
Beverly, you know. About 5'8", afro, slight buck teeth, good body, nice tits.
Perhaps we're not here to talk about me.
Then let's talk about my mother. And my father.
Well, which would you like to talk about first?
Your choice.
Barbara, it's entirely up to you.
Oh, that's entirely up to me. Well, then let's start with my mother. You sure I can't have that smoke now?
We can always take that break if you like.
My mother used to smoke. A lot. Beverly?
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty weird given that she was a nurse. A nurse working overseas. Working in a hospital that served the military. All kinds of people working for the military.
Yes. Yes, there are.
Remember that, Beverly? Let me help you out. Beverly Davidson.
Okay.
I guess you were married to her? Well, you know she had a daughter.
Mrs. Remington, this is highly irregular.
Oh, really? Never heard of Ancestry.com? They've gotten real sophisticated now. Daddy?
Please, keep your voice down unless you want everyone to hear you.
You better get with it, Daddy. How many other kids are out there looking for you?
What?
How many? How many?
We are here to talk about you and your husband.
You know how many years I've been trying to find you? Trying to figure this out?
Barbara. Barbara, listen to me. Given the circumstances, it's clear that I'm not the best therapist for you and your husband.
Yeah. Well, you tell him that. It's your goddamn sperm. Your semen. Get out!
What semen are we talking about? Huh? Is it your semen? Babs, is it his semen? And is it in you? Is it on you? Did you suck it out of him or did you fuck it out of him?
Walter, it's nothing like that.
Nothing?
No, Walt, you don't understand.
I understand plenty, you fucking fraud therapist.
Walter, stop acting like a fucking child.
I think we all just need to calm down, right? Now, Walt.
Captain Remington, you goddamn traitor. Both of you. I don't know who to take out first.
Captain Remington, Mrs. Remington is claiming that I'm her father, and I'm just trying to figure this all out.
Well, what's there to figure out, Daddy? I can't keep it up, but he can. You sleeping with the enemy, Babs?
No, Captain. Believe me, you have this all wrong.
I'm wrong, asshole.
Captain?
I'm wrong.
Walter?
I'm wrong to avenge my wife. I'm wrong to get payback? Baby.
Hey, baby.
Am I wrong?
Hey, baby. Hey. It's okay. It's okay, Daddy. It's okay. It's okay, Daddy. It's okay. You fucking killed him! You killed him! You killed my father! Goddamn lunatic! You're a monster! You've been a fucking monster! I hate you.
You hate me?
I hate you.
You hate me?
I hate you. You. Daddy.